The quest to become the 2021 Europa League champions heats up a little bit this coming week as, of course, we enter the quarter-final stages. Who's going to have the upper hand after the first legs? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another Perishing Show. Today we're taking a look at the old Europa League. Oh, that's right, folks, back once again with another Perishing Show. Today we're taking a look at the old 2021 Europa League quarterfinals, first legs, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new to the channel, I'm asking you, where the heck have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button and get you back today with all things Europa League related, but related. Well, football, we're going to know here under Waruski. That's right, boys and girls. Of course, we are left with 8 clubs to see who comes out on top of this season's Europa League, but who will be the king supreme for this competition. We'll take a look at that in, of course, just a second. Of course, a big shout out to the VIP Banda brothers. I'm talking about the Patreons. Thank you for your continued support for the channel behind the scenes. And if you are watching this and you think, you know what, this guy deserves a bit more backing, so I'm going to throw my hat behind him. We'll check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. So let's get into it. Of course, take a look back at, of course, those last 16 second leg matches. Of course, kick it all off with the first one, which was Young Boys Bern. They took on Ajax and they lost 2-0 on the night. David Neres on the score sheet, of course, Dusan Tedic for the penalty spot, giving, of course, Ajax the win, 2-0 on the night. Actually went with a 1-1 draw, but of course, Ajax go through 5-0 on Aggregate. Kicking off forward, we have Villarreal. They took on Dinamo Kiev. That was a 2-0 win for the La Liga side here. Gerard Mourinho with a couple of goals, giving Villarreal the W. And I got the one bang on the bloody nose. 4-0 they'll go through on Aggregate as well. Kicking on forward, we have Shakhtar Donetsk. They took on, of course, Roma for, of course, the Serie A. 2-1 win on the night for Roma. Borja Moriel with a couple of goals there with Junior Morales getting the goals for, of course, Shakhtar. But again, not good enough. Actually went with Donetsk, but actually got that one wrong. Went with the 2-1 win going the other way. 5-1 on aggregate. Roma go through. Arsenal did lose on the night. 1-0 loss to Olympiacos. I actually remember the 2-0 win myself, going in favour of the Premier League side. But Yusuf El Arabi getting the goal for Olympiacos. Osuna Yuba get himself sent off for Olympiacos to make matters a little worse towards the end of the game. But 1-0 on the night, going in favour of Olympiacos, but 3-2, Arsenal go through. Kicking on forward, it was a bit of a shocker, this one over in Zagreb, as Dinamo Zagreb came out on top over Tottenham Hotspur, 3-0 on the night, to go through 3-2 on aggregate. Mislan Osic with a hat-trick to give Dinamo Zagreb the 3-0 win. 3-2 on aggregate, they went through. Of course, AC Milan took on Manchester United. That was a 2-1 win for United. Well, that was my pick, actually. 1-0 win for United was the real deal. But they go through anyway, of course, into the later stages for them. Paul Pogba with one only goal in the 48th minute. Kicking off forward, it was Rangers. They did lose to Slavia Prague and they crashed out. 2-0 on the night, 2-1 for me, 3-1 on aggregate. And of course, Slavia Prague go through. Peter Oladadi Oyenka with a couple of goals there, with Kimo Roof and Leon Balogun get themselves sent off for Rangers as they ended up with 9 men. But 2-0 on the day. Slavia Prague go through, 3-1 on aggregate. Of course, Norwegians were a little bit unlucky. 2-1 win on the day. 3-2 on aggregate. They go out. Granada goes through. 1-1 for me on the night. So yeah, that's your lot. Of course, goal scorers in that match, I'll give them to you right here. Of course, Mulder's goals coming from Jujis Valero with a big for OG. Eric Hestad getting the goal from the penalty spot. Robert Soldado, of course, the ex-Spurs man on the goal scoring sheet. He goes through as Granada squeak it through on, of course, 3-2 aggregate. That's, of course, the last 16 second legs. But what about your guys' picks? We'll take a look at that in just a second. In fact, let's look at it right here, right now. So let's jump to the deep end. Of course, re-look at the criteria. 0-3, shitfest gang. 4-6, shitfest. 7+, you're in the top bins, but in the top bloody bins. Here we go. Kicking off forward, it was Gio. You did shite, mate. Alex also did ghastly. Datu did, of course, poo. Shane O'Donnell did very, very well. Of course, Master Fighter also did shite. Costas K, he's okay. Matt Gunner did bits, of course. Ultra Omar Murat had a shocker as well. Cameron Tran also did crap, as did Mohamed Zakso did poop. Jemiah Glenn, he did okay. Of course, James PCFC are great. You're not so great this time. Isemi did, of course, good with an edit. Vincent Hong also did bits. Of course, Tom Stainer also did very, very shy. Russell Frost also did very, very shy, as did Shepard also did very, very well. Donny DePay, he did okay of shite. Nicholas Merkus also did crap. Of course, Brennan Arden also did great. Georgie Geisef, not too bad. In fact, not too good either. And of course, Argiojo also did very, very well. Of course, kicking on further, we have the beautiful video. Somebody also did good. Of course, Chris Bell did poop. Mariana Rappi also did ghastly. Gary Doggett also did crap. Pim also did poop. Ivan String also did ghastly. Austin did crap. And Rogero7305 also did great. Of course, Game China not to show because last 123 did okay of shite. Of course, the Adiv also did Greg poop. Of course, Kyle McCucken also did great. And Renault also did good. Adrian Tanhove did crap. Of course, Hans Wurst also did poop. Oh, Esquivel, you did well. Of course, Fernando Hasiska Segerman also did crap. Johan Lenders also did poop. And Yannick Buster also did crapperoonie. What about the overall table? We'll have a look at it. There's some shockers in there. Chris Bell looks an absolute ghastly ass for the Kingpin it was. The beautiful video, whatever that is. Jeremiah Glenn, Costas K, Shane O'Donnell, and Shepard. Of course, kicking ass, taking in with 5 out of 8, which is okay, of course. But what's that done to the overall table? Of course, we're getting to the nitty-gritty. Not many picks left. If there's an outright leader, which there isn't, we have a hot contest on our hand here in the Europa League, which I think it's the top 2, 4, 6 horse race here. I think realistically, you're looking maybe the top 7 race. I think the title will go between one of these top 7 people. Of course, there's only 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points left, I think. So, of course, you could still maybe squeak in there if you're on the outskirts, but realistically, I think Bustler, O'Donnell, Gunnar, Oscarville, Charlie, of course, Worst and Mercus are probably your realistic contenders for the crown right here at the Europa League. But anyway, so let's take a look at those illustrious quarterfinals, then coming at you at the Europa League. But a quick recap of those last 16 double headers. Of course, the likes of AC Milan, Shakhtar Donetsk, of course, Young Boys Burn Rangers, and of course Spurs and the chasing pack no longer with us, of course. And then, of course, those illustrious quarterfinals. Who will go through to the semis. Of course, it'll be a double header just like the previous round, and we kick it all off with Granada taking on, of course, Manchester United. Will be over in Spain, of course, taking place on 8th of April. Of course, these two clubs have yet to play each other, so it will be the first time. United coming to this, of course, undefeated in 25 of the last 27 matches in the Europa League. Of course, heading into this though, they'll come on to the back of this losing to Leicester in the FA Cup, and before this match they were taking on Brighton over the Easter weekend. As for Granada, they come to this, of course, back-to-back defeats to them, losing to Molde in the Europa League, but losing and just not doing enough to get themselves through to this stage. They'll also come to this on the back of the loss to Valencia in La Liga, and again they'll take on Villarreal prior to this match. As for the bookies odds, let's have a look at those bookies odds coming at you. Of course, where are they? Of course, I'm trying to find them. I'm trying to bloody find. There they are. Of course, heading into this one, we have a Granada 92 for the victory, 14-5 is your draw, 13-8 is your United on this one. Again, this is just for the first legs. We'll take a look at the overall odds in just a second. Of course, for me, I'm going to go with on this one. Going to go with the United with a 2-0 win on the road to give themselves the upper hand in this leg, or in this tie, sorry. Next up, of course, we have Ajax taking, of course, Roma. This one a bit of a crunch clash, of course. Played each other at least 2 occasions over the last few seasons, anyway. It's actually been 1-1 for Ajax and nothing for Roma, and 1 draw. Last time around in Ajax was a 2-1 win for Ajax back in 2002, back in the Champions League. Goal scores on the day. Zlatan was on the score sheet. Yari Lippmann as well. Names from the past. Gabriel Batistuta as well. Goodness gracious me. Of course, heading into this, Ajax have actually won the last 5 matches in the Europa League, whereas Roma have actually won 7 of the last 8 matches as well. Ajax scoring at least 2 goals in the last 5 matches in the Europa League, where Roma scoring at least 2 goals in 7 of the last 8 matches as well. Coming into this, Ajax have won 5 games on the spin, beating the likes of Young Boys Bern and, of course, Den Haag over in the Dutch leagues. They'll take on Heerenveen prior to this game. As for Roma, they came into this with a bit of hot and cold form, winning 2, losing 2. The past 4 matches. They did, of course, come through by beating Shakhtar Donetsk, and we're taking on South Sudia prior to this match. Of course, take a look at those bookies odds for the on this one. Of course, this leg. Of course, 11-10 is your Ajax, 13-5 is your draw, 23-10 is your Roma on this one. So it's a tight one. This one, I think this the one of these two sides could eventually make it to that final if they get a little bit of luck. Of course, for me though, I'm going to go with on this one a 2-1 for Ajax in the first leg, which doesn't really mean that Roma are home and hosed or going home. I think they'll have a good chance to turn this leg around once it goes over to Italy in the second leg. Next up, of course, we have Dinamo Zagreb taking, of course, Villarreal, of course, taking on place over in Croatia. Now, these two sides have played each other on a couple of occasions over the years. Of course, last time around was in the Europa League in 2010, and last time they played each other in Zagreb was a 2-0 win for Zagreb back in, of course, September 2010. Of course, Ante Rukuvia, also George Jamia Cruz Campos, and of course, for Zagreb Zagreb. Marco Sina got himself sent off of Villarreal. Of course, that was about 10 years ago. Heading into this, though, Villarreal coming into this on the back of 4 successive wins, including beating the likes of Kiev in the double-header over in the Europa League last round. They'll take on, of course, of Granada prior to this match, of course, before they lock horns over in Croatia. As for Zagreb, they're coming to this winning 3 on the spin, beating, of course, Vazadin over in the Croatian top flight, of course, beating Spurs as well. They'll take on Sibnic over in the domestic flight as well, and they'll also, well, it looks like they're penciled in to take another match, but of course, I think that'll be postponed. Villarreal have actually won the last 6 matches in the Europa League, where Zagreb have actually won 7 last 8 matches in the Europa League as well. Villarreal keeping a clean sheet in 5 last 6 as well, scoring at least 2 goals in 8 of the last 10 matches. They come into this, of course, Zagreb 11-5 for the victory, of course, 23-10 is your draw, 5-4 is your Villarreal. They are your favourites on this one, but unfortunately, I'm going to go with Zagreb to take the first leg on this one with a 2-0 win, which will give them probably a toe into the next round. Of course, a good, comfortable lead with a clean sheet to boot. And then wrapping up, it'll be Arsenal taking, of course, Slavia Prague. Of course, played each other, of course, a couple of occasions over the years. Last time around was, of course, in the Champions League group stages, and it was in 2007. Last time around in Arsenal, or in London, was a 7-0 win in favour of Arsenal, with goals from Cesc Fabregas, David Hubecinic with the big fat OG, Theo Walcott with a couple of goals there. Fabregas got a couple of goals, Alexander Hleb as well, and Nicholas Bentner as well. Heading into this, just one defeat the past 5 games for Arsenal. That was against Olympiacos. However, they were good enough to go through. As for Prague, they come into this 3-game winning run, of course, not conceding a goal in the process. As for the bookies odds on this one, what do we have on this one? We have Arsenal coming out to 9-4 on for the victory, 7-2 is your draw, 6-1 is your long shots. That is Slavia Prague. 3-1 for me for Arsenal on the day, and of course that'll get up, set us up nicely for, of course, those second legs whenever they all come by. As for the overall odds, let's take a look at the overall odds for these eight clubs. Of course, Zagreb are your long shots with, of course, 40-1. Slavia Prague are 28-1. Also long shots. Granada 28-1 as well. Roma are 10-1. Ajax 6-1. Villarreal 5-1. And then the top 2 are, of course, Arsenal 11-4, with Manchester United being, of course, King Ping Supreme. Of course, we'll do those second legs, of course, when they come around, which will be in about a week or so from these matches. So make sure you bang your subscribe, bang your thumbs up so you don't miss a beat. Also, check out the links down below on Twitter. I'm on Facebook, and of course, make sure you check me out on Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. That's the best place to do it. But until then, though, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If I'll see you soon, make sure you bang the subscribe, bang the thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time for the next round of matches. Until then, I'm out.